Welcome in to Tiger Talks Wrestling. This is the prediction show. But before we start that, we have something to talk about. Today, for all the Angels fans and all the baseball fans out there, Garrett Anderson, probably one of the best outfielders at that time, a three-time MLB All-Star and a 2002 World Series champion, had passed away. We still don't know the causes, and he was only 53. Uh, by far, he will be a future Hall of Famer either way. So moment of silence. All right.
All right, now that we got that out the way, yes, condolences to him and his family and all the fans and friends around the world. But yes, we are here for, as John mentioned, our prediction show for WrestleMania 42. That'll be live tomorrow night and Sunday night, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. The first hour will be on ESPN2 tomorrow and on ESPN proper, as they call it, on Sunday. Otherwise, it'll be on ESPN here in the States, Netflix, nationwide, worldwide, otherwise. So, John, there was something else you wanted to do as well, I believe, before we get into these predictions.
So as you know, Julie and I moved, and now I have a man cave.
Nice.
Right? Got a little preview before we went live. It is very nice.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that's the man.
Intimidator.
Damn. That's a lot of, wow.
Hey, they got a lot of Funkos.
Oh, yeah.
It's Ian Fury. Gee, can't tell what game he's got on there.
Oh, yeah. I heard of that game. I played it.
Oh, and of course.
Me too.
Oh, look at how beautiful that is. Look at how beautiful that is.
Right?
Oh, my God. That title's so nice.
I mean, you would know.
I think if we go hang out at John's house, I'm going to have to hang out with me.
Yeah, you don't want to see you guys know how my apartment, the people be throwing up like, God, you got enough Yankee stuff in this bitch? You know?
I have a nice little collection of different.
Yeah. Yeah, some of my pictures are falling off the wall. I got to put them back up and replace the glass because that Velcro stuff that goes on the wall here, it just doesn't last too long.
Oh, it's lasted pretty long here.
Yeah. But it's all right, I'm gonna get that fixed and more stuff. First I gotta ask the wife because she gives me that look. Yeah. Yeah. No, but John, that's beautiful. That is a beautiful setup, man, and I love it. And yeah, and that 2K game. It's always nice to see a 2K game with Demolition on there. Oh God, it's nice to see him back in the video game.
Right.
About damn time.
I haven't.
Speaking of about damn time to get inducted from the night too.
I haven't played. I know I have played Axe and Smash. I haven't played Crush yet, but it's gonna smack with that. When you play all three of them.
Right.
Yeah, it will. I haven't played with it yet since they gave out that set. So
yeah.
Shame on you.
We'll see how it goes. I've been a little bit busy. All right. Well, with that said, the little introduction here before we get into this. I am Tony, the host of Tiger Talks Wrestling. That is the final boss, Eddie Jankowski, the co-host of, or host of, Tiger Sports. And of course, we've got, as he is bragging about, the two-time defending WrestleMania shirt winner, Z-Dog himself, John.
How you doing?
Guys, we got a lot to go over pertains to WrestleMania, both tomorrow and Sunday. 7 matches tomorrow, 6 matches on Sunday, possibility of at least one more getting added to Sunday. I'm going to start, before we go in that, though, with something else. Of course, we got the Hall of Fame tonight. If you guys want to say anything about the Hall of Fame before we go into the predictions, feel free to do so. I mean, we got the phenomenal AJ Styles going in tonight. We've got Stephanie McMahon, Rodzilla himself, Dennis Rodman, Psycho Sid as one of the legacy, Bad News Brown, Demolition. A great list, in my opinion, of superstars.
Well overdue for Demolition. Sid, yes. I still think it still baffles me. He's in a legacy one, but I think he should get full. I don't know how WWE creates that, with the legacy. Is it a full speech or is it just a video, with him?
From what I've heard, it's pretty much just the video.
Yeah, and that's a little shame because he is a 2-time World Wrestling Federation champion. I feel like he should get a better, proper induction. Yeah, like I said, Demolition, well overdue. Shaka won, and nothing to go wrong with him because I met him back in the day. Bad News Brown, which was a shocker to me. I was like, yeah, Bad News Brown was what he says he was. He was bad news. That was a shocker one for me. And to top it off, Andre and Hogan, WrestleMania moment from WrestleMania 3. Andre's now a 2-time WWE Hall of Famer, and Hogan's a 3-time Hall of Famer now. Well overdue for Andre because Andre was the standard of big men back in the day. No offense to Big John Studd or Little Midget himself, King Kong Bundy. He was the standard. So, yeah, well, AJ and Stephanie, well overdue. AJ, I still wish we had Elizabeth and, Bray Wyatt in there, but I get it. I get it that they wanted to wait, but eventually we will have them two in there.
When did Bray pass again?
2 years ago?
2023.
Yeah, it'll be 3 years later this year.
Yeah.
So it's probably not going to be at least till 2028.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows?
But there's some people like Cyndi Lauper and Elizabeth that should go into the Hall because it's well overdue for them, But it's WWE; they do what they want. But it's gonna be a good celebration of all their careers.
I'm gonna cry like a little bitch with AJ.
Oh, of course. I mean, I can't wait to see what Dennis Rodman says.
I mean, it makes sense.
Being part of the NWO back in the 90s with, had matches against Karl Malone. Want to remember what him and Randy Savage had. That was a memorable moment to see Randy Savage and Dennis Rodman having a one-on-one match at Road Wild, which was insane. But tonight's going to be a special night for everybody.
That it will be.
Macho Man.
I know Stephanie had said from what I've seen online anyway, Stephanie was surprised to be going into the Hall of Fame and almost felt like she didn't deserve that spot. But she has been, because you guys didn't touch on Stephanie too much. You mentioned most of the other guys, but Stephanie has been so instrumental in a lot of things when it comes to backstage, even more so than on screen for a lot of the superstars. It's been reported on several different places that, and the type of person that she is, to me, just screams out that she should be in this Hall of Fame and deserves it. Whether or not her entire family is there for the induction ceremony, who knows? Who really cares? Honestly, 'cause this is all about Stephanie McMahon, and her and Hunter and the girls is who should be in the spotlight when it comes to her induction tonight.
Yeah,
in my
like
opinion.
for you have girls, we only have girls, and Shane only has boys.
Yep. It'd be nice to see Shane there, but the other one, who cares if he's there?
The devil.
Yeah.
Devil.
No, I
right.
agree with you. I agree with you. Stephanie's going to get her flowers too, and all that. Hell, I was watching WWE Volt. They were showing her at the Fan Fest at WrestleMania 12 selling T-shirts. I'm like, oh,
crazy,
okay.
but true.
I mean, she started selling T-shirts and becoming a Hall of Famer. She made it.
Yep. And to put out a little other point, you mentioned the Hogan-Andre match going in for the Legacy match as well. I do know Hulk's son, Nick, is in town because he was there for the revealing of the Hogan statue yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the chance to talk on behalf of Hulk in that match when they get to it at the Hall of Fame ceremony. I don't know if I think Andre's got a daughter from what I've heard. I don't know if she's there or not, so I don't know if anybody will talk on his behalf.
Yeah, she does. She has he had a daughter.
Yeah.
Only one.
We'll see how that one goes, because last year we had both Brett and Stone Cold that were there to talk on behalf of their match. So
And Andre's been dead for a long time.
and Hulk just passed. Yeah. All right. So then we get to WrestleMania. Before we jump into the predictions, as you guys seen there briefly, this is the first thing to mention. We do know the greatest of all time, John Cena, will be returning to our screens as the host of WrestleMania. He'll be a part of both WrestleMania tomorrow and Sunday. John, I see that look. What's one thing you guys are looking forward to most when it comes to John Cena being the host of WrestleMania?
Give somebody an AA.
Hopefully getting
happen.
cursed by Danhausen.
Wow, that's rude.
Oh, jeez.
That's so mean.
I mean, I was going to say the same thing because Danhausen's been in the news.
You guys are mean.
I mean, Danhausen's even been in the news of cursing the New York Mets. And
He's the
all
curse
that
the Yankees.
So
Great.
he said he will uncurse them. He said he will uncurse them if they give him human money. And all that. So, and yes, and the Mets lost today 12-4 to the Cubs. So cough up that money, man. You know, that's why the Mets are on a
Right.
9-game losing streak because he cursed them. So yeah, I'm with John. I want to see Danhausen interfere and and try to say, oh, you don't want to give me props with hosting. You are
Cursed.
Yeah, I would love to see that, but yeah.
I don't know that Cena will get cursed, but I'm sure somebody will get cursed and we'll have a Danhausen and John Cena interaction anyways.
Yeah.
Probably the
Anybody
manliest
was
man,
talking.
Kit Wilson.
Oh my gosh, the poor dude.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Miz is part of the segment too, with everything that's going on with Miz and Danhausen the last few weeks.
And now he's gonna have double time the bad luck because he got double cursed.
Yes, Kit Wilson got double cursed last week.
And he made a little
yeah.
wish.
That was funny.
Yeah. I like I think it was Wade.
You got somebody in the comment section? Yes. Viewer here at MRuse79565 says not to get off topic, guys, but stay weather alert too. Yes, the weather, we do have many places that are under weather alerts as well right now. Got rain that's supposed to be coming in eventually. There's been tornadoes. So everybody be cautious with that as well in the next few days. Because we got some bad weather coming in again.
I like how Wade Barrett was like, there was a pyro malfunction.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
that's
Jade
Sure.
Cargill's gonna win because the storm's coming.
Boom, boom, boom.
Wow. All right, now to get to our WrestleMania Saturday predictions.
I know. I already know.
You that for the first match on ESPN2, we do know. I was gonna say it should have been right there. We have been told by WWE that this match will open the show on ESPN2. It will be the former World Tag Team Champions, the Usos, with L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So
like,
delayed,
they're late to the party.
but at least they got it. And I mean, they could have added in a yeet, but I mean, that's an
Yeet!
there.
I did.
Yeah.
Going up against the new World Tag, going up against the new World Tag Team Champions, and of course Austin Theory and Logan Paul of the Vision, and making his WrestleMania debut, I Show Speed.
I hope he's ready to die.
What do you guys think about the whole setup to this match and how we got here, and who do you guys got for winning this 6-man tag match to kick off WrestleMania?
It was cool.
All right, I'm gonna go first. I'm sorry. You could have did something better. You know, try to figure something out. You know, the Usos should have got a rematch up with the tag team titles, and LA Knight could have got somebody. But you know, WWE's trying to sell tickets, and they're turning to I Show Speed. I feel like it's a letdown because this time last year Jay won the main event match against Gunther and became World Heavyweight Champion, and LA Knight and it's a little mess, and we just got to go what they wanted. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of scenarios that I would love to see. Hopefully, I Show Speed doesn't try to get speared by somebody, because of the last time he got speared, he almost got taken out of his shoes. But he's on the good side of the
I'm sure he'll get speared, but
Oh, of course. But yeah, I really don't see how this is going to be what it is, but you could be surprised with what we're having. So let's see what's going to go on with this one. And there was an incident with, I don't know if you guys saw it. There was an incident with Jay on a podcast with, what was his name, Cameron, and he basically attacked him because I watched it. I'm like, oh my God, like, could we see him being added and costing the Usos and LA Knight the match? It's a lot of
possibly.
yeah, it's a lot of things. So
Well,
go ahead.
I will say this much: when you got Logan Paul in a match, how many times do you see a match with Logan Paul in where somebody slides in those brass knucks?
A lot.
Just about every match. So I can see him doing that at some point, potentially, if he gets involved.
Yeah, so it's illegal too. So
No, it's not legal. This is a 6-man tag match. It's not no DQs.
thought it was
Just a
legal.
regular 6-man tag.
Well, he still cheats. He's like Eddie Guerrero. His life, he cheats and he steals.
No,
Yeah,
do
but
not
we
compare
like what
Logan
Eddie
Paul to
did.
Eddie Guerrero.
Oh no!
Yes.
No. No. God, no.
See, Eddie something. No.
Oh, I met you. cheats.
Still don't make that comparison.
I think she should leave the room just to punish herself.
But anyway, you've been punished. You've been grounded.
I gotta sit in the corner.
Yep, you gotta stay in front.
Oh my god.
Who do you got winning, Eddie?
I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna have to go with the Usos and LA Knight because please don't have ISO Speed cover anybody. But I can't wait to see what he can do. The guy has a lot of agility. I mean, look how fast he got thrown into a camera, so
Right.
that's a good sign. But yeah, I got to go with the experience, the Usos and LA Knight winning this match.
Yeah. All right, John, what do you got for this 6-man tag?
Two things could happen in this match. Both get the same outcome. With Jay crashing out on the show, one, it could have been staged, and Cameron is going to have a part in the match. Or it wasn't staged,
More than
or I mean,
likely.
it could have been staged either way. And it's just showing that could we see a heel turn coming from Jay? Either way, I think I'm going to get so much crap for this. I think I Show Speed pins LA Knight for the win.
Are you nuts?
Yeah, him and nut. Him needs to go to a corner.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow is right. I mean, I could see ISO Speed win it for their team, but I would never suggest or think that he'd pin LA Knight to win the match. Jimmy,
He's gonna
sure,
knock him out
LA
again
Knight,
with the brass knuckles.
Just this time on purpose.
Yeah.
It was on purpose last time too.
He claimed it was by accident, but
Okay, do we believe everything ISO Speed says?
No.
That's what I thought. He's been cursed too, remember?
That's why they're gonna lose.
Yeah, because everybody that's been cursed loses. Oh goodness, nobody listens.
I take it you're going with LA Knight and the Usos hope?
Yeah.
That makes 3 of us.
Yay! We are the winner!
Well, we don't know that until tomorrow night.
No, I just know it.
I could see Jimmy or Jay potentially turning heel though.
Oh, Jimmy?
But we'll see what happens there. I seen yesterday that WWE shop came out with a new Usos shirt. It's got the World Tag Team titles on the Usos. I was like, that's already outdated. Why even bother?
It's okay. It'll be okay.
They've already lost the World Tag titles. They can make a new shirt with the tag titles on them.
It'll be okay.
Isn't that okay?
I just told you.
Kind of like with the whole Jay Uso winning the IC title, they made a shirt, and by the time everyone got their shirt, he didn't have the title anymore.
Yeah, I got one of them shirts.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's all right. I like the color anyway. So hey, for me.
But I will agree with Eddie here. It's kind of a downfall for Jey Uso when you look at the last year that he's had, going from being in the main event, winning the Royal Rumble last year, to beating Gunther at WrestleMania last year, to having issues with his family, making up with Jimmy, breaking up with Jimmy, making up with Jimmy again, winning the tag team titles, and then to get to this. It's been an up and down year for Jey Uso. I thought it was going into last year's WrestleMania, but this year I feel like has been worse for main event Jey Uso. So we'll see what comes on the other side of all of this for the Usos. And I honestly wanted something much bigger for LA Knight going into the show as well. So
It's okay. They don't like LA Knight that much
anymore, I ain't sure anybody ever has as much as the fans do.
Yeah.
They don't like him.
Because he gets one of the biggest reactions, and yet he still has never gotten a world title Schmarine yet, so.
He's not. He's the only title he's won. It's the U.S. title. Not since he came back.
Wasn't he a TNA heavyweight champion?
He was.
And he is a former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, but I'm talking about in WWE. They've never had him as a world champion.
Oh, this one's not hard.
All right, moving on, though. The other match on ESPN2 that'll take place tomorrow night is the unsanctioned match between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. This all stems back from last year when Jacob was taken out backstage. He claims and has claimed ever since that happened that Drew McIntyre was the one to take him out. Drew has continuously said he was not the one to take out Jacob, leading, of course, to Jacob returning. That led to Drew McIntyre winning the WWE Championship in the 3 Stages of Hell match, to Jacob then costing Drew McIntyre the WWE Championship on a couple of occasions. To that hell of a brawl they had on SmackDown a couple weeks ago throughout the entire 3-hour show, including the falling off this set, or whatever you want to call it. And can't forget the beatdown last week Drew gave to Jacob as well on SmackDown. What's your guys' opinions? And I'm going to start with John on this one since he took first last one. And the build up to this match and this match in general.
It could be better of a build. I mean, they've done a decent job with it, but they could have done way more to build it up. I feel like this match is pretty obvious, but knowing how I pick, I'm probably going to be wrong. Because someone's leaving for a movie, so it makes sense to write that person off TV or for a while. So I guess let's sum it up by saying I'm going to go with Fatu.
Well, I have heard supposedly they've been able to work around his schedule for the movie, so he won't miss any time on TV. But I get where you're coming from on that. We'll see what happens. Eddie, what do you got for this one?
Same thing like John said. The storyline's been a little inconsistent, but like when they did that fall on the scaffolding in the back, I'm like, oh man, they're not going to be on TV for a week, and then you see Jacob at the Yankees and San Francisco Giant game looking like nothing really happened, and I'm like, oh, that's a way to have somebody come in and do that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Jacob Fatu. Because
that's perfect timing. I almost forgot about the meeting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Jacob for the win and all that. But it is gonna be, and I'm not trying to quote somebody that's on in the company anymore. It's gonna be a slobber knocker.
Yeah, it should be. Hope who you got between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre in the unsanctioned match.
You will have to ask.
I just did, didn't I?
That's Jacob. Duh.
That makes 4 of us. Well, I'll go with Jacob Fatu to win on ESPN2, or it'll be, of course, on ESPN app as well. I see Acquisition 21 in the comment section said, perfect timing. I almost forgot about the WrestleMania 42 kickoff show earlier. That was on YouTube earlier, I think is what he's referring to. I watched a little bit of it before we went on air, but not much. So
don't let Michael Cole do the pencil walk. So he has to go to the bus.
Oh. Reading it. But yeah, nonetheless, for this match, all 4 of us are picking Jacob Fatu. I just feel like Jacob's due for a big run, and if, like John mentioned, if Drew is gonna actually go off of TV for a while, I don't see any better way than in this unsanctioned match to write him off. Before I move on, though, to the next match, there was rumors at one point in time of this match being a Hell in a Cell match. What do you guys think of it being an unsanctioned match instead of Hell in a Cell? Do you think the rivalry would have made perfect sense for Hell in a Cell, or is unsanctioned the best way to go?
Oh, I think unsanctioned's perfect because there's been all this talk about another Samoan apparently joining the company, and I think making it an unsanctioned match and bringing him in that way will make it so much better for a Zilla debut.
If it ever
I
happens.
I really don't have to say nothing because John just spoke the truth. So I feel like they made the right choice of doing what they did. So yeah, I totally agree.
The last Hell in a Cell match we've seen Drew McIntyre involved in was, of course, this one with CM Punk, and I feel like this rivalry maybe you could have put in Hell in a Cell, but I don't think it would have lived up to the Punk and Drew Hell in a Cell match.
So the match will still be good.
It will be, yes.
And it's only the second unsanctioned match.
It is only the second unsanctioned match in WrestleMania history. Little trivia fact here. Does anybody remember what the first unsanctioned match in WrestleMania was?
Was it the Hollywood backyard thing with Goldust and Piper?
It was a Hollywood Black Backlot Brawl. That wasn't unsanctioned.
Okay. Let me go back because I'm thinking.
It wasn't that long ago, so don't think back too far.
Oh, okay. I was going to be wrong then. I was going to say Brock and Goldberg.
Was it
It was around that time, but no, it wasn't that.
Triple H and Brock?
Undertaker.
No. No.
Yeah,
What was the match?
Versus Seth Rollins
Yep.
in 2017.
It's Triple H and Seth freaking Rollins in 2017 at WrestleMania.
at the
When Seth
in Orlando when the Hardys came back.
Yep.
Who?
Yeah, my God, that's how long it's been an unsanctioned match. Wow. At Mania, that's
9 years since there's been an unsanctioned match at WrestleMania.
Wow.
Those are the only two that have ever taken place at WrestleMania. That one and the one tomorrow night. Whoops, I didn't want to share screen. I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, I remembered.
You looked it up, but you remember.
Yeah,
After
but it's
looking
been
it up,
a
but
couple
yes.
weeks since I looked it
I
up.
know. I'm proud of you for remembering.
Yeah. I was only about that old.
Okay, so for this next match, I do have some breaking news when we get to it here.
What? Don't tell me.
That was reported earlier today.
Oh.
We got the Fatal 4-Way match for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss will be challenging the champions Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Reports came out today that Nikki Bella will not
No.
be cleared to compete at WrestleMania.
Oh,
There is more to that. There is more to that, though. I don't know if she's going to be a tag team partner to Brie or if there's going to be a full another tag team. However, a certain woman, shall we scream, if you get what I'm going, has re-signed with WWE and is set to return at WrestleMania.
I know who it is.
Who could I be referring to, Maddie?
The freak from Norwich.
Yeah, it's her
Yes,
house.
indeed. It is. Paige has re-signed and is reportedly in Vegas on WWE's accord and is supposed to make her return to the company at WrestleMania. Again, I don't know if it's going to be as Bree's tag team partner or if she'll have a different partner, but she is, by the sounds, going to be a part of this match.
When I seen that, I might have screamed a little bit.
So, with that in mind, what do you guys got for this Fatal 4-Way match for the women's tag team titles?
I gotta rethink now.
Me too. Not that hard, but a little bit.
It'll be a total Divas reunion of sorts if it's Brie and Paige.
Okay.
So you guys can mull it over. I'm gonna start with this to say, after the year that they've had, I originally was going to go with Bayley and Lyra Valkyria picking up the win in this match because it would be apropos after Bayley getting taken out and replaced by Becky at last year's WrestleMania. However, if Paige is getting inserted into this match and going to be with Brie, I think I gotta go with Paige and Brie walking out as the new women's tag team champions.
You copycat.
I was on the same prediction of you, Tony, that my pick for this was going to be Lyra and Bayley because of last year. Then with Becky coming back and taking Bayley's spot, and I was like, okay, that'd be nice that she's back on and be champion. But and we all run Nick, we hope we give Nikki a speedy recovery. You know, that's a nasty thing, you know, hurting herself and, you know, can't participate in the match at WrestleMania. But if it is Paige, which I give it like 95% that it is, I gotta go with Paige and Brie mode. It's nice to see, you know, Paige coming back, you know, after her AEW run. What better way to start off your second stint with the company and becoming their women's champion? But yeah, I gotta go that. I gotta go that route. I mean, I gotta go that route. You know, I would love to see a different champion, but yeah, I gotta go that route. You know, Brie mode and Paige as tag team champions.
Her AW run wasn't that good.
So we're for certain that Paige is in this match.
95% at least, sure, yes.
99.9.
But what if it's not Paige and Brie? What if it's Paige and, like, say, Tatum Paxley?
What?
Whomever that partner may be.
Tatum.
Or they
Could see him putting it in Brie.
Or they could just dress up Danhausen.
What? That freaking be like
So, if you're going off of that, John, I'm still picking Paige and whoever her partner is to win this match.
So it's funny you both say that y'all originally had Bayley and Lyra, because so did I. And now with this news, I have to agree with the freak from Norwich.
we all picked the same. We all did.
So, off of that, I do want to say it'd be weird to see Brie and Paige as tag team champions together when really, I know most people would figure it'd be the Bella Twins. But if you see Paige as a women's tag team champion, there's only one person really you want to see her as a tag team champion with. If I'm not mistaken, I think we'd all agree on who that one person is.
The current IC champion.
No.
Exactly.
Oh, AJ Lee.
Her good friend, AJ Lee, yes.
But it's like
The frenemies.
She is a little bit the frenemies, yeah.
What the frick?
Well, if you look back at history, Paige made her WWE main roster debut the night after WrestleMania and ended AJ Lee's record-breaking Divas Championship reign. AJ Lee would go on hiatus.
For
And
a
when
long
she
time.
returned later that year, she returned in another open challenge from Paige, who was defending the Divas title, and AJ Lee took the Divas title from Paige. So that's why we call them the frenemies.
What the heck? That's a whoa.
But when you look at AJ Lee's last match from before she returned this last year, her and Paige were a tag team
against the Bellas.
And then she went.
against the Bellas. Yes.
And then she went hiatus for.
So that makes things even more interesting if she ends up teaming with Brie, because that was one of the last matches that Paige. I mean, she had a few matches after that, but it might have been her last WrestleMania match, though.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be a transitional
look back.
champion reign for the two of them.
Probably, but it'd still give you a nice WrestleMania pop.
Oh yeah,
WrestleMania
for sure.
moment.
People literally will go crazy, and the meter will go all the way up to the top and past, and people will be screaming, and then they'll be flipping, and then they'll be go crazy.
It'll be pyro and everything else. Yes, yes, yes.
I can't even describe it in words. I tried.
Yep, you tried. All right, so next.
Oh, this isn't hard.
So this match, she said it's not hard. To me, it's hard. This match is one that obviously we weren't originally supposed to get at WrestleMania. It was originally supposed to be Gunther versus Rey Mysterio, and it was supposed to be Seth freaking Rollins versus Braun Breaker. Injuries happened. The matches just got changed. Instead, we're getting Seth freaking Rollins versus Gunther, which in the storyline wise, I think we already know where this is heading for Gunther, considering he's doing a favor for Paul Heyman and says Paul Heyman owes him a big one with WrestleMania, or with SummerSlam, coming to Minneapolis, Minnesota in August. What better way to end a certain individual's career that's from Minneapolis area? But what do you guys think of the brief build-up, really, to this match and just getting this match in general?
Well, for as short as the time that they had to do it, they did probably the best job they could with that short period of time. And I mean, when you have Gunther, you really don't have to have a build. You just got to have him go out there and do a sleeper hold, and it's all good, because that's all Gunther can really do anymore. He makes you either
I mean,
tap,
he's still chopped.
he makes you either tap, or he just makes you black out. I mean, oh, he's got a power bomb. Woo! Oh, there's a sleeper hold. What a shocker!
Yeah, he doesn't win matches with the power bomb or the splash or anything else anymore. Just the sleeper.
You might as well not even use the other ones if it's just a sleeper then. Sorry, I'm frustrated when we have to talk about Gunther.
Eddie, what do you think of the whole build for the last couple weeks?
It's okay. It's okay. To me, I feel like it's just I can't believe I'm saying this. It's basically a throw together. It's a throw together match because of injuries to the opponents and all that. So they had to put Seth Rollins and Gunther in a match. Gunther hasn't really had a match since a meaningful match since defeating AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. I mean, yeah, he had a match against Dragon Lee, and we all know about Seth's injuries, so you got to put them together. But I don't know. It hasn't been a clear path for both of them, but it's going to be a good match. Don't get me wrong. They got to both do what they do. But yeah, we all know why this match has happened. It's building up. Basically, if you look at it, it's building up Gunther for his eventual retirement. The career killer moniker when he retires Brock Lesnar, who we all know is calling it a career in Minnesota at SummerSlam. So, it's basically building up. It's building up another match, and we'll eventually get Braun and Seth when he comes back. So yeah, it's been a throw around, and it's going to be a good match. But yeah, that's the way I feel. The same way John feels. It's like it's just there.
So, yeah, I have heard Braun Breaker is cleared and has been cleared for like a couple weeks now. They just didn't. They felt like it wasn't enough time to build to a match between Breaker and Rollins here. I wouldn't be surprised to see it take place at Backlash instead. With that being said, I will point out one thing Gunther did mention in the build-up to this match. We've seen Seth Rollins as World Heavyweight Champion in his first reign, and when it came around to Gunther being the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins was nowhere around the world title. He never once went after Gunther in that world title when Gunther was the champion. Quite an interesting stat there. Of course, Seth has won it since then. When he took it off of CM Punk, who took it from Gunther in the same night, obviously. Where do we go from here will be the question for both these guys. So the last question, who you guys got winning? Who is taking the win in this WrestleMania match tomorrow night? Is it going to be the Visionary, the Revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins? Or is it going to be the career killer, the Ring General, Gunther?
Not hear it.
Okay, so I feel like there's one man that needs a win. I know him. I'm going to go with Seth. I just feel like it's first match back, since the injury. And I would have changed it if it was another person in there and not Gunther. Going to be like, okay, but Gunther don't need another victory. I know he lost last year at WrestleMania, but still, Gunther could survive until he gets his big match at SummerSlam. It's not going to hurt him wise, but Seth needs a win, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah, I'm going with Seth freaking Rollins taking the match.
John, you want to take next? Or you want me to?
You.
Okay, like I said, this one to me is hard to pick between these two guys because I could see you making a case for either one of them to need the win here. Like Eddie just mentioned, Seth's coming back from injury. Gunther's had some big wins over the last several months, retiring both John Cena and AJ Styles, of course. But when it's all said and done, knowing that Seth Rollins is not 100%, knowing Braun Breaker is cleared, I wouldn't be surprised to see him make an appearance at WrestleMania. I'm going with Gunther to pick up the win here over Seth freaking Rollins.
Kirsty, I want to be down here. No Kirsty.
So it's funny you bring that
Whether
up.
Breaker gets involved during or after the match.
Because I feel like it could go either way. I feel like Gunther could win it cleanly, but also Seth Rollins could win by getting attacked by Braun during the match because it would be DQ. So it's hard to go either way. But I don't want to say this jackass's name.
No.
Give me Walter.
Come on. Both of you are grounded. You're cursed. You cursed.
Yeah, we know. You pick all good guys, so you're picking Seth Rollins.
I do not pick all good guys.
You pretty much do. You have so far.
Dude, chill.
I'm just stating facts.
It coming later, maybe.
Maybe.
Jeez.
Either way, yes, I agree. It will be a really good match. Maybe even a match in the night, but we'll see what happens. It's the first one we've kind of been divided on so far.
Yeah.
All right, so next up.
Gotta find it.
Yep.
Do
We kind of mentioned this one a little bit earlier, but now to the actual match itself. You got the man, Becky Lynch, going up against, of course, the current Women's Intercontinental Champion, AJ Lee, for that Women's Intercontinental Championship. What a rivalry these two have had ever since going back to, of course, WrestlePalooza, and even before then, the match just started at WrestlePalooza. AJ Lee has tapped out Becky Lynch several times since returning. Becky got the upper hand on AJ when she attacked her from behind this past week on Raw. It's been a long, drawn-out feud. Don't necessarily agree still that this match took place at Elimination Chamber. I felt like they should have just left it for WrestleMania or made a stipulation to it. But here we are. What do you guys got for the rivalry itself, which has to end at WrestleMania? And who do you got winning this match? Because it's been way too long. They need to move on.
Okay. It has to be Becky getting the title back. It has to be. I'm going Becky.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with John. It has to be Becky because, like John says, she needs a win to finish off this feud. And yeah, I'm going with the man, Becky Lynch, taking the title from AJ.
So it is AJ Lee's first WrestleMania, again, as we mentioned earlier, since her and Paige beat the Bellas at WrestleMania several years back. But the three of us are in agreement here. I can't see AJ tapping out Becky Lynch again. I feel like Becky's got to get a win over AJ here and then move on past this. I don't know what AJ does next, if she goes after the women's world title or what, but we got to see these two go in separate directions after WrestleMania. Yes, Hope, I know from your issues and your little fit you're having, you're picking AJ Lee to win.
Because
Becky Lynch is not bad. Becky Lynch is the greatest women's wrestler of all time, and it's not just me saying it. Sports Illustrated says it.
I don't
You need
care
to
what
calm down with that.
Damn, you went there.
I had to.
Listen.
You listen, Linda.
No, listen for
Hey, calm down there, Becky.
Like I said, I had to go there. Now you have something you actually want to put out there that's worth listening to.
Okay, so when I played the game, the 2K26 game, I told you that whoever wins is the person who's gonna stay the loser. And I was AJ Lee and AI or whatever it was, Becky Lynch. I won the match. So that state is true. Becky's gonna stay a loser against AJ Lee.
We'll see about that tomorrow night. Because you're the only one that thinks so.
Yeah.
Well, I know why you say I should cool it on that whole Becky Lynch is the greatest women's wrestler of all time, John. I have a feeling, and then I see his camera went off for some reason. There it goes back. I have a feeling this next match might have a little bit of a reason why you would say that.
You already know how I'm picking for this one. The only thing I like about her is her new music video.
As we've got the women's Royal Rumble match winner,
No.
Liv Morgan, going up against La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, for the Women's World Championship. The build has been okay for this. I mean, the brawls they've had have been interesting. I told Eddie this when him and I spoke off camera earlier this week, or last week, whenever it was. I kind of feel like they got the treatment that Bayley and Io did a couple years ago. That they could have built more to this, but then after that, they did build a little bit more to it. But I still feel like there's more they could have done with this rivalry. Yes, Liv, we know, got a concussion. She's got the makeup all out of place because of what happened from Stephanie knocking her into Raquel, or Roxanne, I mean.
Because Roxanne has too hard of a head.
Almost 2 weeks ago. I loved how Liv's been kind of playing that off since it happened the last week. what it comes down to, what do you guys feel like first here? Because like I said, I know Eddie and I kind of talked about this already, but I'll give Eddie his chance as well. John, what do you feel like this rivalry, this feud has been built by? How it has been built?
I hate this.
Yes, I know you like Liv and you like Stephanie both.
My current chick is fighting my ex. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know you hate this match because you like them both.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know what to say. Oh, making my head hurt. I'm so distraught with this match right now.
It's gonna be okay.
Eddie, do you have anything you want to add to it then, since John said lost for words?
Well, I'm the same way with John. I love, Stephanie and Liv, but it's not guaranteed because I want to see a little more, but I got to go with she is trouble, and all that. So I definitely want to see Liv Morgan win because I want to see what the other girls in the Judgment Day will do to try to take the title off of her. So I got to go. I love Stephanie. She's been a great champion, but the build has been shit, So I'm going to go with Liv Morgan becoming the new Women's World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania.
You make a decision yet, or are you still pondering and want to hear ours first?
I'm still pondering.
It's gonna be okay.
Hopi, who do you got winning this match?
I don't want to say it.
Say it anyway, because you got to pick one.
I don't like who I have to choose.
You got to choose.
Liv.
What was that?
Liv.
Who?
Liv.
You picked Liv? Oh, I'll be damned. Well, I'm going to make a shocking pick here and say, watch me as the Women's Royal Rumble winner will walk out as the new Women's World Champion. I've got Liv Morgan winning the title as well.
I want to say but I just want to say one more thing. The Judgment Day needs to be history.
Yeah, I agree with that. The Judgment Day needs to be a thing of the past now.
We've been going on for too long. I'm sorry.
Oops, that's a Yankees game. I do want to see that.
I'm sorry.
So, John, you going to make it 4 for 4, or are you picking Stephanie to retain now?
I'm just gonna answer it like this. I'm just gonna cry about it.
It's gonna be okay.
He's crying about it. So, in other words, he's picking Liv Morgan to win the world title as well.
Yep.
I despise it, but I have to accept it.
You might not have to. I mean, anything could happen. Stephanie could win somehow.
What? Roxanne cost Liv?
Maybe. Maybe Raquel will cost Liv.
Why would she do that?
Because Raquel would want the women's title too and not want Liv to have it.
Well, who cares really count much?
She does.
She don't count.
All right, that brings us to
I know.
the WrestleMania Saturday main event. As we've got the winner of the men's Elimination Chamber match, the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, with Pat McAfee in his corner, going up against the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, for the undisputed WWE Championship. What a last couple of weeks it's been leading up to this match. The whole Randy Orton heel turn, attacking Cody, attacking Jelly Roll on a couple of occasions. And, of course, Pat now being involved in it as well. what's your guys' take on the whole Pat McAfee being involved? Of course, we know CM Punk got involved with his pipe bomb, mentioning Pat and TKO. Everything that's gone on over the last 2 weeks, really, with Pat involved and TKO involved in this storyline. Try not to spoil too much when it comes to Sundays yet.
My opinion, this match should have been a standalone match between two guys that have history. Two guys that have history of being part of Legacy with Ted DiBiase Jr., and all. And it would have been still great that you just let these two guys do their work. They are masters at what they do. To add Pat McAfee made no goddamn sense. But TKO, and they want to make Pat into this movie star. Okay, why? I mean, leave it as it is. I felt like they should have never put him in there because it made no sense. And basically, it's undermining two guys that are workhorses. And yeah, I feel like it didn't taint it, but it's like you didn't need to add another thing to something, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, kind of. John, you got anything to add to that?
No, Eddie kind of pretty much summed the entire thing up.
I know, leading up to the reveal of who was on the phone with Randy, there was so many other people that were rumored to be the person that Randy was talking to on the phone that would have made a hell of a lot more sense. I mean, Arn Anderson was one of them that was mentioned. He has a history, of course, with Cody and AEW and with the Rhodes family in general. There was talks of potentially it could have been Triple H because of Stephanie coming out and talking to Cody a couple weeks ago on Raw. There was talks of another McMahon, but we won't mention that one because I don't see him being back on TV anytime soon.
Because he's about
there was just so many other options they could have went with that Pat makes zero sense right now anyways as to why he was picked to be the one in Randy's ear to lead to Randy turning heel and all this stuff. Ted DiBiase Jr. was just exonerated from all of his charges and everything. That would even have made more sense with the whole Legacy situation that Eddie was mentioning. But when it all comes down to it, this should be a really good match between Randy and Cody, as long as we don't get too many shenanigans from Pat and anybody else outside involved in the match.
Doubt it.
Which we could have because we've had it before. Nobody wants to see another Cody John Cena finish that we got last year in the Sunday main event of WrestleMania. Not saying that we don't want to see John Cena / Randy Orton in John Cena's place this year walk out as champion, but we don't need the whole Travis Scott situation that we had last year.
What?
Him taking forever to get to the ring and getting involved and all that BS.
He literally walked as slow as he could.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
When it comes down to it, who do you guys got? Who do you think's walking out as undisputed WWE champion tomorrow night? Is it going to be a 15-time or is it a 3-time champ walking out?
I believe the winner is going to have the 3 deadliest letters in his name. I'm talking about Randall Keith Orton for the 15th time a world champion. Give me Randy the Viper.
I agree with John. It's going to be Randy Orton because Cody Rhodes has been to Dick Kick City for the past year. I mean, this guy could get Dick Kick City in so many ways. It's ridiculous. But yeah, Randy Orton will be the 15th time world champion. It's well overdue. So I'm going with the Viper.
So I'm going to paint a scenario here. I feel like a lot of people figure, and I'll get to that eventually, that Randy will walk out with number 15 with help from Pat or whatever. What if they throw a big swerve at us? And I mean, the person that gets beaten up the most is usually the one that ends up winning the match when it comes down to the match at the pay-per-view. Cody's the one that's been taking the brunt of the beatings. Let's say they throw a swerve at us and Pat does cost somebody the match, but what if Pat costs Randy the match and Cody Rhodes comes out of this as a heel, joining up with Pat McAfee and TKO? I'm not saying that's definitely happening, but what if that was the route they went? Because that would be something shocking. It'd be something nobody would expect to see coming.
Yeah, you just said that.
I know, but I'm just putting it out there. But when it's all said and done, I mean, I would love to see that. I think that would make great television and make everybody shocked. But I don't think they're going to probably go that route. I'm going to go with you guys. I got Randy Orton walking out with number 15 around his waist at the end of WrestleMania Saturday. Who do you got, Hope?
The same.
The same? So we all pick Randy to walk out.
I came to that conclusion when Pat McAfee said, yeah, if he loses, I'm never going to show my face again on WWE or nothing about WWE.
Yeah, that's a big part of it too. You're right.
That gives it away a little
He
bit.
says he's not going to show up on WWE television ever again if Randy loses.
That gives it away a little bit.
Not necessarily. Pat could actually want to be done with the company for who knows how long. But anything else you guys want to mention about Saturday before we move on to Sunday? WrestleMania.
Yay, John Cena.
Actually, before we do that, Eddie, I'm going to give you the floor here for a moment. And I'm throwing up the QR code for our good friends at Funky Punk.
Hello, everybody. This is Eddie Jankowski. You may know me from Tiger Talk, Wrestling, and Tiger Sports. Today, I want to introduce you to our current sponsor, Funky Punk. Go down tomorrow. They have great sales, and Marley's really nice to do it. So Funky Punk is on West Clay. So please go down and see her. And if you mentioned our show, Tiger Talk Wrestling or Tiger Sports, she will give you 5% on anything. And she has great VHSs of, if you have a VCR, that some people do, you could get WWE stuff. You could get movies that have been on VHS. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
You're way too young.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
me.
but yeah, Funky Punk on West Clay. Go down, see the experience, and meet one of the wonderfulest ladies in the world. So Funky Punk. It's funky, and we know it's punky. So Funky Punk on West Clay. Enjoy it. And this is your Eddie, and I approve of this message.
Thank you. Yeah, if you guys scan that QR code at the top of the screen, go to that site. I do have her Facebook page linked right on there. Give you all the information to what you can find at Funky Punk and where the location exactly is at if you need to know what Eddie mentioned. With that, I've got one more thing before we move on to Sunday. I might have to do the other one, but hold on just a second.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had it saved in there.
It's
I
broken.
may have to do it the other way though.
Oh no. We'll be right back after the commercial break.
Yeah, something like that. There it is. If it'll pop up here. There it goes.
Owner of Philanthropy, Refillery, and Sustainable Good Shop. We opened last year in the Western Market and are now located at 175 West Clay Avenue in downtown Muskegon. Philanthropy is a welcoming space for our community to gather, learn, and shop more sustainably. From shampoo to dish soap and everything in between, we've carefully curated a selection of toxin-free products from other small businesses and some from right here in Michigan. Bring your own clean containers or choose from one of ours to fill and refill over and over. We want to take the overwhelm out of choosing sustainability by offering many sustainable swaps under one roof. Plus, you're in control over how much or how little you buy. We're big believers that small steps make a big impact. One refill, one reusable, one intentional choice at a time. Curious? Stop in and discover your new favorite way to shop.
I know it was a little glitchy there, but you just got to deal with that for the moment.
Yeah.
Try something different next time we're on. That was from Philanthropy. That's our other sponsor.
Yes,
Goes
and
Addy.
I want to say thank you to our new sponsor, and even Punky Punk too, for doing this for us. And she said, if Ina Store will give us 5% if you mention our show, Tiger Talk Wrestling and Tiger Sports, they will give you 5% on anything. Her stuff that she has in her store is amazing. She has and it's really good. I used one of her tablets to clean my toilet and stuff, and it works pretty good. She has spray, she has laundry detergent, and it's very cheap. It's very cheap. You don't have to. You could get as much as you can. So she has it. She's a really nice person. So please support local businesses and Muskegon, and not because they're just my friends. That I know them. Everybody needs a little helping hand in this difficult time. So yeah, go down and support the thing and mention our show, and you'll get that 5% off your bill. So do what you got to do, people. This is something that I hope the fellas know. It's all good. It helps our brand, and it helps their brand as well.
Yes. So again, got the QR code, another QR code up there for Philanthropy. You can go to their Facebook page as well if you scan that QR code rather. And we thank you again, Philanthropy and Punky Punk, for being a part of Tiger Talks Wrestling.
Yep, and one more will be coming too. I am finalizing another sponsor, so we will be having 3. Hell, I'm even going to call Yankees their stadium and see if we can do something with the New York Yankees. Like you don't have to pay us.
Well, I'd say we could call Comerica Park, but I seen yesterday on Facebook that it won't be called Comerica Park after the end of this year. So,
wait, they're changing their name?
They are, yes, because Comerica got sold to Fifth Third Bank.
So that means it's going to be called Fifth Third Park, or
they haven't said yet. They're going to come out with some ideas and give out choices for people to choose from what I heard.
How about none?
They'll just have a new name next year instead of Comerica Park.
Wow, that's been there, almost 25 years?
26 years. It opened in 2000.
Oh my God, damn. It's
That's
like
a long time.
hopefully it's not a shitty name like Dykeman Park in Houston.
I know, right? Yeah.
Wow, that's
that's a little bit of sponsors and sports talk outside of wrestling. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
For now,
yeah.
we're gonna change it every time.
WrestleMania Sunday predictions. Before I go into the matches, I do want to say there was supposed to be 7 matches on both nights. They only have 6 currently, but there is a chance to potentially add another one. I've heard some rumors floating around. I wouldn't be surprised. I know tonight on WrestleMania SmackDown, they're doing a number 1 contenders match for the Women's United States Championship between Jordynne Grace and Tiffany Stratton. There was rumors of Tiffany Stratton versus Julia potentially taking place for the women's U.S. title at WrestleMania. There was also a rumor of Io Sky versus Asuka potentially taking place at WrestleMania. So we're not going to give predictions for either one of those because we don't know for sure either one of those is getting added. But if they will get added at any point, the 3 of us can get together on our group chat on Facebook and say who we've got.
Most definitely.
But with that being said, we do know on ESPN proper at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday night, WrestleMania in-ring action begins. When I get to the right picture here, with probably, whoops, wrong group there. Probably the most anticipated match in WrestleMania this year, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, one-on-one with the ruler, Oba Femi. What do you guys think of the build-up to this match? It all started, technically, when you go back to Brock Lesnar coming out on Raw and Paul Heyman issuing an open challenge for anybody to take on Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And man, oh man, what a match we got coming between these two men out of that open challenge.
Oh, I love it. I love it. There's finally a man in the ruler, Oba Femi, treating Brock Lesnar like he's a child. I mean, that guy, that guy is a monster. I mean, the walk alone show you're a badass. That you're a badass, and you could go to the ring and show people you're a badass. That promo that he did on Monday night with Paul Heyman, kudos to him. You're going up against one of the greatest talkers in professional wrestling. So kudos to him and all. But I do have some worries about this match.
Trust me, you're not the only one.
It's a flip-flop. Does Brock do what's best for business, or does Brock does what Brock does? That's the only thing I'm worried about. Because Brock can make or break somebody's career. He did it with Ilya Dragunov at the Royal Rumble. And look what happened to Ilya. Hot, and now you don't really see him. Which is sad. But I'm going to give my prediction.
I almost feel like John's trying to say something.
I'm going to give you my prediction. I am going with the Ruler and Oba Femi. I want to see him win. Oba is the next big monster, and I feel like Brock is supposedly leaving in August to retire. Go out the right way and put over this man. So I'm going with the Ruler over the Beast. So I'm going with Oba Femi.
So I want to point out, before I give John the floor here for a second, the fact that we all mentioned how Oba's looked great in this build-up and almost treated Brock like a child. It was only 3 years ago there was another man that treated Brock this way, although they want you to forget it because they don't mention it. Omos treated Brock Lesnar like his little bitch leading up to their match at WrestleMania. Yes, it was a short match. Yes, Brock Lesnar won. I'm afraid something like that could potentially repeat itself at WrestleMania this year. I want to see Oba Femi win, but Oba's gotten the better of Brock Lesnar every step of the way leading into this match. Something just tells me, as much as I want to see Oba Femi win, and as much as Oba Femi should win, I think the Beast goes into business for himself and walks out the winner. I got Brock Lesnar winning. What do you got, John?
I got two scenarios in my head, all right? I have Oba winning, or I have a double count out. I'm going to go with Oba winning, but that double count out is very high possibility.
That's fair. I'd ask Hope who she's got picked to win this match, but she just disappeared on me. So,
No, I'm back.
oh, you're back now.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
Oba.
You got Oba?
Yeah, Oba.
Well, I'll be the odd man out then. I really picked Brock Lesnar because he's been the one getting beat up for the most part in this build up. And you can say he built Oba Femi in the build up to this match, and Oba's gonna look like a beast in the match, but I just feel like Brock's gonna take it in the end. So if I'm wrong, I'll be happy to be wrong, but we'll see what happens on Sunday. It's gonna be a great match, and in many ways, I don't know about you guys, but in many ways, I feel like I have to agree with Paul Heyman. It might be kicking off the show, but this is the WrestleMania main event. Not to take anything away from the other matches, but it just feels like a main event more so than some of those other matches do.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know about that match.
I know.
Don't know.
I gotta find it. Where'd it go?
You lost it, really?
No, I didn't. I just didn't look in the right spot. I did, but I didn't. All right, moving on. The other match on ESPN proper after the Oba and Brock match is going to be this insane 6-pack ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. You got Penta defending the gold against the young OG Javon Evans, the Bulgarian Brute Rusev, JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, and of course the Hall of Famer himself, Rey Mysterio.
Sure.
This match was kind of just thrown together over the last couple weeks. What do you think of the whole situation of Penta walking in as Intercontinental Champion, beating Dom about a month or so ago, and then putting the gold on the line in this ladder match, Eddie?
That's okay.
It's a throwaway match. I feel like they could have did something better with Penta, but I get it. They wanted to do what they did. It's nice to see,
I haven't seen the many set yet.
I cannot, I can't say I'm very happy for Devon Evans. He's going to bounce his ass all over that ring Sunday night.
Yep.
And, the Rey Mysterio thing, and I'm not trying to put down Ray. I love Ray. But you threw him into a match that he didn't really need to be in, but you threw him in there anyway. I know he's a Hall of Famer. You threw him in there just to get him on the card. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't want to say this, but I love Penta, but I would love to see Devon Evans walking out as the IC champion.
What do you got, John?
Well, I don't have Rusev. It's not going to be Ray. Dragon Lee ain't taking flight, and we ain't talking about Lord Farquaad. So, really, it's between Penta
Nice
and the bouncy one. I mean, as much as I would like to see Penta retain, I feel like this is Javon's time. It's a ladder match. He excels in those, so I'm going to go with Javon Evans. The boy is bouncy for the win.
That boy is bouncy. That makes three of us. I got Javon Evans walking out as the youngest ever Intercontinental Champion when it comes to WrestleMania's ladder match on Sunday.
Now,
What do you
here's a
got, Hope?
question, though.
The wrestling go.
Yeah,
I'm telling
So-
you, it's Javon Evans.
you can John Evans too.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, John.
So, what are the odds that all 6 of these men actually make it to the match?
You know, that's a good question because there's been other people rumored to potentially be in this match, but
How many more can we fit?
well, that doesn't mean that it'll be more than 6. Like John said, somebody could get taken out before the match.
Because I feel like
it's that
anytime Ray is in a match, he gets taken out.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen, but I could see like maybe JD, like Hope was just pointing at,
Hello.
getting taken out
What?
beforehand and
What?
somebody else taking his spot.
Because I could think of someone that we haven't seen in a while that would make this ladder match very Celtic. I feel like this could be his opportunity to win a title. So, I mean, would it be cool to see Sheamus return in a ladder match and win the championship?
I would love that too. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It'd be
I
a huge
feel like-
WrestleMania moment for him, and that'd make him a Grand Slam champion.
I feel like
I've been
McDonough
waiting
should
all these years
take
for
it
that.
out because he don't have to be in that other match that is happening on WrestleMania Sunday to interfere. So I see that as a scenario that will happen.
Well, this match happens before the match he could get involved in.
Oh, I
but-
know, but I
Yeah.
will say take him out so he don't have a match at WrestleMania and he can't interfere in another match. I'm just saying, do
True.
it that, you know.
That'd be fine. Yeah. I mean, it could happen. Who knows? Sheamus could end up in there. We could see other people end up in there that aren't in there currently, too. John Cena is the host of WrestleMania. He can add 2 matches if he wants to. So,
No, I can't.
or take away people from matches.
Danhausen's
he
your
can. That's part of
Intercontinental
what he can
Champion.
I would love to see that. Danhausen, you're in that match. No.
You are cursed.
Curse. Go out there and curse Rusev. Oh,
Oh,
Chris
that's
JD.
not nice.
He's already
Sure,
cursed.
Chris JD, but Rusev.
that's true. He is cursed with a big head.
Oh! We can't curse Rusev though because he's gonna have a baby.
That's why you curse him, to get him off TV for a little bit. Oh.
No, you don't curse him. Oh my gosh, then it might curse the baby.
Nah.
It might curse Lana.
None of that.
Exactly. We don't need none of that. What I just said.
All right, moving on
Oh, that's
to ESPN app, of course, for the last part of WrestleMania. We're going to go with this match first, as you got Dirty Dominic Mysterio, the current AAA Mega Champion,
Boo!
facing off against the returning Demon King, Finn Balor.
Yay!
What do you guys think of the build up to this match? I mean, really, you can go back a year leading up to this match. When you look at the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match, that also included Penta and then champion Braun Breaker at WrestleMania last year, where Dom pinned
Tossed
Finn Balor
Finn
to
had
win
it
the
in
Intercontinental
back.
Championship. They've had their ups and downs since then. Of course, we know Finn finally seen the light, decided to leave. Well, got kicked out of Judgment Day, really.
He left and got kicked out.
And hasn't really gotten his hands on Dominic since much yet.
Because Dom
But-
is a chicken.
There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide come WrestleMania Sunday. We get Dom and the Demon one-on-one.
He's going to die. Crickets?
Whoever wants to go first, go ahead and take this match.
This is going to be a squash match. He's going to be talking crap to the Demon and start hitting him, and all of a sudden, Demon's going to kick his fucking ass in like 10 seconds. Finn with the win.
Okay, I agree with John in so many ways. So, yeah, I'm going with the Demon Finn Balor.
That makes 3 of us. We got Finn Balor winning over Dirty Dom. I'm sure that makes actually 4 of us.
Yeah. Why? Who would pick that? Like, what is that? What is that face right there? Nobody wants to look at that.
I mean,
Liv
his
does.
wife might actually want to look at that.
Nobody but his wife wants to look at that.
Well, John just made a good point. Liv does too.
Liv doesn't count.
What do you mean? She's going to be walking out of WrestleMania as the Women's World Champion. Of course she counts.
Don't
She only
remind
counts
me.
to 2.
Maybe. I'm going to remind you, buddy.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
All right. Move on from that one. We all got the demon kicking in ass and taking names, if you will.
In 15 minutes.
Less than that.
No.
It should be.
No, we need to have him. Lots of the demon. We only get him every 3 years.
Something like that.
Sheesh.
So here we got the United States Championship match. I got so much to say about this match.
Doo-doo.
You got Trick Williams, the hottest act on SmackDown since he made his debut on the main roster,
With his lemon pepper steppers.
with Lil Yachty in his corner.
Where's little Yachty? He's so little I can't even see
They
him.
don't have him in the picture there. That's why. Going up against Sami Zayn for the U.S. title. We all know what's supposed to come out of this. A double turn, more than likely.
Heel face.
It sucks. I'm going to mention this right off the top, that Carmelo Hayes is not involved in this match, not involved in WrestleMania, period, with the year he's had. The run he had as United States champion, the longest reigning in several years, and kept putting it on the line in the open challenges just so we could get to Sami Zayn making his heel turn. Just doesn't sit right with me, but here we are. Melo looks like he's going to miss out on Mania altogether. We get Trick, Sammy. I'm sure Trick's walking out the new United States champion. What do you guys got on this? That's all I got to say about it.
I'm just gonna, keep it nice and quick right now, cause my boy, Trick Willy Wonka, he gonna be using the lemon pepper kickers. He gonna kick Sami Zayn's head off, and he gonna walk out your new champion.
I'm going with that lemon peppers stepper, baby. Trick Willie all the time. So yeah, Trick Willie for the win.
I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it.
What do you got, Hopi?
Trick.
You got Trick as well?
Yep.
Like I said, it's supposed to be a double turn. Sammy's supposed to be a full-on heel coming out of it and Trick the baby face. So
I mean, and what if maybe they'll add Carmelo last minute?
I doubt it. Unfortunately, after what we've seen last week, it looks like he's going to be rehabbing that knee.
He's like, I know. I hope I'm right on this one because that's how I feel about it. Okay.
That's how you feel about it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, that brings us to the semi-main event. The Women's Championship match, WWE Women's Championship match. The winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber, Mommy herself, Rhea Bloody Ripley, going up against the Storm, Jade Cargill, for the WWE Women's Championship.
They're missing some people and they're missing a person.
Who knows if those people will be there since Rhea took out Michin and last week. And then Io's definitely not 100% after what happened last week on SmackDown or what happened on Raw Monday night.
Yes, see.
What do you guys think of the build to this match, and who do you got winning it?
I mean, it's all right.
This is another made-up match because of the injury to last year's women's triple threat. Bianca Belair hasn't been around due to surgery, and it's a shame she's not around. And it's even a shame that Io, as of right now, doesn't have a match for WrestleMania after her performance in this past year.
Yo, Nessa.
I'm not gonna say what I really. I'm gonna say it. Jade Cargill is a specimen. She is great looking, beautiful woman. But now you're adding a group to her to basically make her better when she is still so green. And then you put her in
Agreed.
you put her in the ring with one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time, other than Becky Lynch. You know, can she hang up? Can she hang with Rena? I don't think so. I'm going with Mommy becoming the new WWE Women's Champion. It has to happen because I'm not going to see Rena get squashed by her. So I'm going to go with Mommy for the win.
Good point. We got Nasser plays DYT in the comment section asking when WrestleMania starts. As I post there, WrestleMania does start at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, both Saturday and Sunday. If you want, you can watch it live on ESPN2 for the first hour on Saturday, on ESPN proper for the first hour on Sunday. Otherwise, it's on the ESPN app here in the States. Worldwide, it'll be on Netflix. Sorry, I had to get that out there, Eddie. Thank you for your...
All right.
Who was your pick then?
I'm going with Mommy becoming the WWE Women's Champion.
Glad I thought I heard. Just wanted to make sure I heard you right.
Oh,
John, what do you got?
So Jade's title run has been very lackluster, and you finally give her an actual opponent. So you would almost need Jade to actually win this match to solidify what she has going on. However, the opponent we're talking about is, I don't care what Sports Illustrated says, the greatest woman of all time. So this is where I'm going back. I think I'm going with Rhea. However, in my mind, I could see Io Sky turn heel at Mania and cost her the match.
What?
But I'm taking Rhea.
That you're going with? Oh, I don't know. I don't even have to ask, but who you got?
Yeah.
Rhea Bloody Ripley?
Yeah. I don't like Jade Cargill, her stinky booty.
Well, I'm not everybody knows how I feel about Jade Cargill and how I felt about her ever since her time in AEW. However, I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
You are.
I'm going to say, you guys, she was mentioned 1 point by Eddie. I'm going to say we do get a heel turn at WrestleMania, but it's not Io Sky. Jade Cargill
Bianca.
retains over Ripley thanks to Bianca Belair.
No, I want Bianca, just not like that. I told
It makes so much sense because Bianca and Jade were still friends when Bianca went out with the injury. Bianca didn't really choose either one of the two sides when she refereed at Evolution between Jade and Naomi. Why not have Bianca return here and help Jade retain? It could lead to an eventual Bianca-Jade match at some point down the line, but it also, if she screws Rhea, leads to the Bianca-Rhea Ripley one-on-one match that we have yet to see, really, on the main roster. So, yes, I'm picking, with help from Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill walking out of WrestleMania Sunday, still women's champion.
What is the status of her injury? Is it healed up? I know she had surgery, but
So, yeah, last I heard, she was finally able to start working out again.
Trying to finish the podcast.
And she has been cleared. So,
That's why I never texted you.
yeah, we got one match left. Why, your wife needs you for something?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Holy smokes, you bought a kitchen sink too?
So-
Jeez.
I gotta have a cameo. I always have a cameo.
You just missed your girl,
Oh.
by the way. We just did her match.
Hello.
You didn't have to grab them.
So that brings us to
No.
the WrestleMania Sunday main event, the main event of WrestleMania. We got the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble match, the OTC himself, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, going up against the current World Heavyweight Champion, the best in the world, CM Punk.
You could still do this.
What do you think of the whole build up to this match, Eddie, and what we're going to be getting between these two at WrestleMania?
Oh my God!
Or we can go back to last year's.
What an amazing storyline going into this. One part I didn't like, because I'm an old school guy that loves talking about the Wild Samoans. That part was a little, you're gonna be buried with your dad. That was like, yeah, you should have never brought that up and all that. That's the part I didn't like. But
Right.
the pipe bombs, the history of the Shield. I enjoyed every moment of that. I think they both did great work. I like the build up, the attitude, the hatred. Telling like this past Monday, I love what Roman said. I don't get you leave for 10 years and people chant your name, and I hate that. Like that is amazing work by Roman and CM Punk. So with that says, and I hate doing this to Phil, Tribal Chief walks out as the new World Heavyweight Champion and all that. So I'm going to acknowledge my Tribal Chief and the OTC winning at WrestleMania, who's in his 11th time in WrestleMania.
Just grabbed it before you got here.
Which is amazing. So I'm going with the OTC winning the match.
Which is surprising that it's got 11 main events, more than anybody in WrestleMania history. But yeah, I agree. The buildup has been really good between these two. Even Punk having to carry the weeks that Roman wasn't there. The pipe bomb was great that we heard. I think that's going to come into play when it comes down to it at the end of this match. John, you got a moment? What do you got for this match?
Well, I like one person. I hate the other. I think one person's good. I can't stand the other. And it pisses me off that I have to acknowledge the fact that the Tribal Chief is going to be champion again.
Hope, who you got? Roman Reigns or CM Punk walking out with the world title? Huh? Roman Reigns.
I don't like it, but
So, yeah, well, that's going to make 4 of us. We all pick Roman Reigns to win. I feel like the whole TKO situation going on is going to come into play here. I don't know if Pat McAfee gets involved or somebody else. I've heard a rumor that a certain Hollywood superstar is in Vegas. He was there for something else, wrestling potentially related. Could we potentially see him get involved in this match? Who knows? But I think when it's all said and done, CM Punk probably gets screwed. Roman Reigns will walk out with the World Heavyweight Championship. I just hope whatever this whole storyline is with TKO and Roman saying he likes Pat and all that, I just hope we get something big out of this and not another dud like we did with the whole John Cena, Rock, and Travis Scott thing from last year.
it freaking could have been The Rock last year instead of Travis Scott.
Yes, it should have been The Rock instead of Travis Scott last year.
Him and his
how likely do you guys think it will be to see The Rock, and I'm not going to just put The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, who's there for WWE World as well,
What?
show up in some way, shape, or form at WrestleMania, whether it be Saturday or Sunday?
85%.
I'm going with 75%.
Fair. So that was pretty much the WrestleMania card that we know of for now. I am going to mention that there was questioning as to where WrestleMania would be next year. However, Mr. Khan, and I don't mean Tony, has come on some podcasts and has mentioned that WrestleMania next year will still be in Saudi Arabia. So that should be announced at WrestleMania as well. WrestleMania 43 next year will be in Saudi. Yeah, I agree with that. But that's part of the reason why I say potentially we could see Stone Cold and or The Rock show up at WrestleMania this year to potentially lead to something for next year's. Because we all know Saudi likes to give out that big money for the big names. So I think it's the last chance you have at seeing potentially The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin in a match is at WrestleMania next year in Saudi. But we shall see what happens with all that. Any last things you guys want to put out there before we close this out, as SmackDown will be starting here in about 6 minutes?
No, I think we're good.
I got one last thing. To say. I'm going to be so excited when we get to see John Cena, the greatest of all time, get told the 3 most important words. You ready, honey?
You are cursed.
I'm going to love that. I am. I am going to love that.
Hey, there's rumors of a blimp that Danhausen could be involved with as well at WrestleMania. So
I'm just happy to see
could be interesting.
our 95% chance of seeing the freak from Norwich back.
Right? That should be interesting. Should be a fun weekend anyways. It'll be interesting not to have NXT on doing tomorrow morning, but that's also a good thing with the Hall of Fame being on tonight at midnight our time. So
Right.
made things a little harder to do last year. So, well, I hope everybody enjoys all the wrestling, whether it's WrestleMania SmackDown tonight, the Hall of Fame tonight, WrestleMania proper the next 2 nights. Of course, you can't forget Monday night, the biggest Monday Night Raw of the year, Raw after Mania. See debuts, could see returns that night as well. And then you got NXT on Tuesday as well. So big few days for wrestling. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you, John and Eddie, for being here. Thanks for everybody in the comments. We appreciate the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell so you know when we go live. And we will catch you guys next time. We're out.
Deuces.